How spoiled can you be? When you're a Cobra Kai fan, you bask in the radiating glow of an unprecedented franchise that releases awesome season after awesome season. It does not stop. Each season kicks more ass than the last. But sadly, Cobra Kai is the rare exception. The black swan, or black cobra as it were, of franchise revivals. There have been a lot of bad ones in recent years, but none of them has united the world and internet more than Velma, the detestable dogshit dumpster fire Scooby-Doo do-over. It's meant to be an edgy, adult-oriented reimagining, but it's warped so much that no one resembles the original characters. Hell, even Shaggy is now Norbert and the dog is gone entirely. Now, I was never a big fan of any of the earlier incarnations of Scooby-Doo. It wasn't my thing, and honestly, I really only know Mindy Kaling because she is apparently a big Cobra Kai fan. I think that alone is proof that just because you are a fan of something doesn't mean you understand why it's successful in the first place. That is a lesson that has sadly befallen Star Trek and other franchises, where the people making it claim to be huge fans but have no ability to recreate the spirit of what made it so great. Well, I don't need to bore you with the plot, and it's illegal via the Geneva Convention against torture to talk about all the pathetic attempts of humor, meta and otherwise. What I want to do is actually rate the show via the Hayden Scale. Now, the Hayden Scale is an impartial measuring system on what an adaptation or revival of a franchise should accomplish. This is all based on the approach Hayden Schlossberg wrote out in The Hollywood Reporter when Cobra Kai was nominated for an Emmy. So let's rate Velma on this criteria for excellence. 1. Do treat the original franchise with reverence. Yeah, bottom marks for this. Not only is there no reverence, it appears like the show actively hates the source material. Like, why would you make such a mockery of a core character? The core premise of solving mysteries is still there, sort of, but even then it's twisted and changed so much that it really feels like an entirely different franchise. 2. Don't be afraid to make big changes. This is where I think a lot of creators go wrong. In Cobra Kai, the big change was flipping the point of view and seeing it from Johnny's perspective. Now, this is something Velma did do. Like somewhere out in the nether, a Scooby-Doo reboot with more adult themes could work, maybe even with a mature rating. The problem is everything changed so much it has no resemblance to the source material. A good rule would be you can change one big thing and maybe one small thing. You can't change everything. Number 3. Do create new characters to enrich your story and reach younger viewers. Well, since this is technically a mature adult-themed show, I'm not sure how many younger viewers they can reach, but it's worth noting the original was a kids' show. While there are technically new characters, nothing about them is interesting, plus they're all side characters and they don't really drive the plot. Number 4. Don't forget about the original characters or your older audience. Here's where this show goes to shit. As I said, this show seems to almost hate the original characters. Everything has been race swapped, personality swapped, perverted to where it's really a different show entirely. I mean, when you're even changing the names of the characters and the title character, Scooby-Doo himself, is absent, you wonder what's even the point? What a pile of garbage. Number 5. Don't rely on nostalgia. Seeing as how there's nothing nostalgic about the show to begin with, that's something this show managed to do. Instead, it was relying on weird nude scenes and crass humor. Ugh. Number 6, do ask yourself, why now? This is harder to judge as we don't have a window into Mindy Kaling's mind, but seeing as how she self-inserted herself as Velma, it seriously looks like that was her whole reason for making this show. She just wanted to redo Scooby-Doo her own way with herself as the main character. That's no reason to bring back a franchise. Number 7, don't overthink the why now. Now, this category really means that a classic franchise is classic for a reason. It tapped into something timeless. A reboot should maintain those timeless traits. Here again, Velma is a dumpster fire. Everything that was charming and timeless about the original is gone. From the dog himself to those meddling kids, this is the opposite of timeless. It needs to go away for good. Number 8, do have a long-term plan where you're taking the story. While we can't judge after just 2 episodes, it's clear the show is trying to do something with the death of Velma's mother and all the high school kids keep turning up dead. It's a season-long arc at a minimum. Number 9, don't assume your audience is going to stick around until the end. Again, another dismal failure. The show is so bad I don't think most people will stick around past the 3-minute mark. I kind of wonder if she intends to introduce Scooby-Doo at some later point, but it doesn't matter because no one's going to be watching anymore. There's no motivation to even finish the season. Number 10, do respect, encourage, and engage your fandom. If anyone from this show respected the fandom, it wouldn't be the dumpster fire it is. The most you can say is the muted silence since its release is probably for the better. And finally, number 11, don't argue with the fans. Nope, already failed here. Not online, but Mindy preemptively attacked anyone who would have had an issue with all the race swapping and other character assassination. She acted as if some actor walked into an audition and blew everyone away. Yeah, no, it's a cartoon character and clearly a self-insert. Fail. So when we put it all together, Velma comes up as a -52 on the Hayden Scale. It's not the lowest it can go, but damn, it is close. I'm not sure another show will ever get lower. That's partially because some parts of the scale kind of offset others. Still, it's good to have a metric and general criteria for what makes a good reboot of a franchise. Every show is different, but there's always core principles to success that are universal. Maybe it's time we all give an apology to the 2018 movie Daphne and Velma. Yeah, that was another spinoff about the 2 girls before they met the rest of the gang. I don't know, I didn't see it, but reviews did say it wasn't nearly as bad as what's out now, so good by comparison? You know, maybe give it a try, at least the acting isn't atrocious. And hey, Sarah Gilman is probably one of the more underrated comedic actresses of her generation, so I suppose it has some potential. Now they say that any art is a reflection of the society that produces it. If that's the case, then it looks like we're fucked. Except I believe we're not fucked yet, because there are still a few good ones out there. A Cobra Kai, a Top Gun Maverick. Perhaps with the uniform Hayden Scale, we can identify the rotten eggs and throw them out. In the future, others will learn from them and avoid those mistakes. I'm here working for that because every time someone says, all the movies and television shows are going to shit, we've lost our identity, we've lost our vision of greatness. I just want to look back and with all the confidence in the world, say,
maybe so, sir. But not today.